morning, my beautiful people. Salute kings, salute queens. Grand rising to y'all. Listen, the video today is about to be very, very controversial. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I feel like now is the time, because as you probably seen the title, it's it's gonna stir the pot. It's gonna make some people upset, but one thing I've learned is you gotta be willing to face the ugly truth about certain things in this life, especially. It's been a lot of stuff that's been revealed to us or shown to us, and you have to question everything, no matter who it come from. I don't care if it's a person standing in the pulpit on Sunday. You got to question everything and do your own due diligence and investigate things, because in doing so, you may find a lot more answers, and so today we're going to reveal some truth, and it's not gonna just come from me. So therefore, you can't just really get upset with Davon Nelson like some people do when I say certain things that's controversial or it challenges their belief. Because one thing about growth that I do know to be true, you have to be willing to unlearn and relearn so you can continue your growth process. And oftentimes, everything that we are taught when we are kids is not necessarily the truth, but you can't blame your parents because they were only taught from, their parents, and then so forth and so on, and so they were limited in their information. But now that we got the internet, we got access to a lot more information. So y'all watch this video.
They first took off his clothes. Then they took long leather thongs with steel pellets or lead pellets on the end and beat him across the back until he could hardly stand up. Then they put a crown of thorns on his brow and his face was bleeding. And they mocked him. And with one snap of his finger, 72,000 angels had already drawn their swords ready to come to his rescue and wipe this planet out of existence in the universe. And Jesus said, "No, to this end was I born." And he dragged and lifted and hauled that cross. And don't you black people ever forget one thing. The man that helped Jesus carry that cross was a black man. And don't ever forget another thing. Jesus belongs to Africa. As much as he does to Europe and Asia. He was born in that part of the world that touches Africa and Asia and Europe, and Jesus was not a white man like me, nor was he as black as some of you. We don't know what the color of his skin, but it must have been a dark color like the people of his day, because he was a man like them.
Now listen to me. What I don't want is the Bible debaters or the Bible scholars and stuff like that, save it, okay? I just want to share my viewpoint and how I view things. Because when I read in the Bible, the Bible gives a description of what Yeshua looks like. You might know him as Jesus, but I'm going to say Yeshua, and you'll know who I'm referring to. But when the Bible describes what Yeshua looks like, it says that his skin or his feet was like bronze, so to speak. And I'm paraphrasing, so don't say, "Oh, he misquoted." I'm paraphrasing, okay? So when I think about the color bronze, right? Think about a penny. A penny is copper, bronze, whatever you want to call it. But if I'm not mistaken, a penny is brown, right? Or the color bronze. the color bronze is brown, right? It's got a brown tint to it, right? So when I step back and I think about how somebody that look like me, I get called black, right? People that look like me, we get called black people, right? Let me help you out with something. When I was in elementary school and we had the crayon box, right? You could tell distinctively between the color black and the color brown. Because to me, this is black. My hat, this is black. My skin, this is bronze or brown. Whichever one you want to call it. So if this is considered bronze, right? And based on the video that you just watched, right? I'm pretty sure that we can all conclude that Yeshua was a brown man, right? And you didn't just hear that from me. You heard it from a very well-known preacher, rest in peace, Billy Graham. But you heard it from him as well. And I'm pretty sure it's more documented cases where someone is describing the color of Yeshua. And I'm not just harping on his color, you know, but I think it's very important for us to know that. Because one thing about it is we as a people can draw inspiration from that, his story, and knowing that, okay, he went throughout healing his people and doing this stuff for his people. And he also said in his word, greater work shall ye do because I've gone back to the Father. So that means that gives us as brown people a mandate to follow that path and that likeness. Now, we don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect, so don't try to be perfect. A lot of us got this deception about ourselves. Oh, when I get this together, then I'll do this. No, sometimes your freedom and your breakthrough out of certain things is by going and doing something for somebody else. You know, and so why you think our culture, our people, you know, are not walking in unity like we should. You know what I'm saying? The enemy is trying to cloud our judgment about each other, so therefore we won't move as a unit. Because if we ever take our eyes off of each other and focus on the mission of leaving our mark on this world and impacting the next generations to come and bringing unity back to our culture and our people, we can really do some damage. And a lot of the spiritual darkness and wickedness in high places know this. So I just want you to take this video, really sit and think about it, and go and do your own research. And you might be amazed at what you find. I'm currently reading a book right now called The Voice of the Ancestors. I highly recommend you all to download the book, read the book, or find a way to get it. Because you will be enlightened on a lot, and it will open your eyes to a lot. And so don't let the media, stop getting distracted by the media. Look, I watch football, I love basketball, but let's not get too distracted by the entertainment to the point where we dumb down the truth and the revelation that's out there for us. You know, so take your time and research and learn about your history and know where you come from, because it's power in knowing where you come from, so we'll know where we are going. You know, so, hey, I hope this bless somebody. If you get mad, I love you still, but I'm going to continue to walk in my love and walk in my favor, in my truth. I'm a brown man. Deuces, y'all.